Hello, my name is Max. Today I'd like to do a reading on Taylor Swift. I haven't done one in a little while on her, so I thought we could take a look, see what's going on, check in, and just see, like, do a general read and just see where she's at, what if there's anything happening, see what's may happen in the near future. So yeah, let's do it. Let's take a look. Let me just shuffle the cards real quick. Okay, and this will be a 10 card spread, 10 card Celtic cross, and this will just be a general read. We'll see what's going on. Okay, Four of Wands reversed, Judgment upright, Wheel of Fortune, the Tower reversed. This is heavy, isn't it? This is like getting heavy. This is like I mean, this is real, right? This is real. This is something's going on here. So let's see. Queen of Cups reversed. The Sun reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. Two of Wands reversed. Queen of Pentacles upright. Three of Cups reversed. Okay, wow. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands reversed. So this is instability. This could be breakup. This would typically be like a happy couple, like at a wedding or at some sort of celebration. Um, so this is unhappiness. It's a breakup. It's disharmony. It's separation of some sort. It's some sort of instability. Some sort of breakup in the home. Breakup in involving intimate relations. This is instability. It's it's some sort of collapse of an intimate relationship. That's kind of what I'm getting here, and this is the center of the spread. This is a very significant card. This is a card of breakups. I mean, if I see this upright, it would mean you're together, you're happy, there's stability, happiness, good fortune. This is a breakup. That's what this is. This is, or at the very least, it's instability and disharmony in the home, in the intimate sphere. Um, this isn't good. I mean, this is very significant. This is, I mean, this reading is entirely live and entirely a surprise to me as I pull the cards, and I'm seeing things that are just kind of blowing my mind right now. Actually, so let's move on. So we also have the Judgment card here. Okay, this was upright. So Judgment, it's a big moment. It's a very big moment. Okay, uh, Judgment is some sort of sudden realization, and it's like a wake up. This is a sudden realization of high significance, of very deep significance. It's a heavy. There's some sort of heavy information that is occurring to somebody, or to her, really. Um, I mean, this is condemnation. This is judgment. This is almost like a calamitous, a very strong, sudden, very significant, very strong um, realization. Um, I mean, this is basically like a condemnation. This is you're deciding something. Okay, it could be either be a good judgment or a bad judgment. It could be a good, it could be good, it could be bad. I mean, judgment isn't inherently a bad card. It's actually very it could be a very good card. But this is a sudden realization of deep significance. This is something has come to light. Something has come to light. There's some knowledge that she didn't have that now she has, and it is affecting her. And is affecting her relationships, affecting the harmony of her relationships and the stability of her relationships, and the happiness of her relationships. So something she has learned something that is very disruptive, possibly heartbreaking. She has learned something and it's not good. That's what I'm getting here. It's not good. It's a complete surprise. It's a sudden realization and it's of huge significance to her. This is a very big deal. This is a very big deal. Um, and I think it's a negative thing in this case. In the top card, the top card is the crowning card is so this is Wheel of Fortune upright. So this is control. It's good fortune. It's control. It's you're seeing the world and you're seeing it. It's kind of like aligning to how you expect it to be, how you want it to be on a certain level. This is like her. Uh, this is her crowning card. So this is like her mindset in spite of things, let's say, or the mindset out of time or out of circumstance. Um, this is a card of control. It's a card of thinking, aiming high, and thinking good thoughts. Um, it's a card that understands there's seasons and there's a time for this and there's a time for that. Um, so it's not necessarily a card of good news in this case, but it indicates that her mindset is she's smart is what it means. It means she's smart and regardless of the peaks and valleys of her life and the difficulties and the problems and the suffering, in spite of that, she takes a long view. She takes a long view, and so she doesn't get too upset. So right, she's not looking. She's driving down the highway. She's not looking at the little stones that make up the asphalt. She's looking. She's not looking at that, or she's not looking at the stones on the side of the road, or she's looking at the mountain range that's 20 miles that way, right? So it creates a stability. It creates a control. Um, that's what this card does when it's when it's in the crowning position. It kind of creates this evenness and stability, and ultimately it creates good fortune because it's a card of control and being smart about the what you think about, being smart about what you think about, and what the garbage in garbage out thing. So if you're thinking negative things, you're expecting negative outcomes, you're going to get that. And so this card is saying you understand that, and so I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to aim for long term, and I'm going to think good thoughts, and I'm going to expect good things, and in the long run, it will work. That will work. So in the recent past, we have the Tower reversed. So I'm wondering what this is about. I mean, when I see the Four of Wands as a center card, it makes me think that this is a relationship. This is an intimate relationship. This is with Travis Kelce. So this is she saw the signs. She there were clues of some sort of impending collapse or failure. She saw the signs, just like the Ace of Base song, right? She saw the sign and opened up her mind. No, so this is that is a cool song, isn't it? I haven't heard it in like 20 years, but this is so she saw the sign and it opened up her mind, and she she is happy now living without you. She's she saw it, she knew it, she didn't like it, she didn't want to think about it. It's there, it's in her face, it's happening. There's something that's happening, and she saw it. She saw the clues. She saw the cracks. She saw the flaws. She saw the evidence that this wasn't what she wanted it to be or what she was told it would be, what she hoped it would be. It's not, and it's all a house of cards. It's gonna come crumbling down. She sees it. She sees that it's gonna collapse. It's like you're in a house and it's collapsing. You know, and you can just it's gonna collapse, and you see it. You know it. Yeah, you want to just play video games. Yeah, you just want to lay in bed, but no, you got to go. You got to get out of the house. So this is smelling the smoke or something. This is there's something impending, some sort of impending collapse or impending disaster or something you have to deal with. Not necessarily a disaster, but something kind of calamitous or something that needs to be cleaned up, something that needs to be dealt with, thought about, wrestled with, decisions that need to be made. This is like you see it, you need to deal with it. So there's something she needs to do. There's some sort of realization that she's delayed dealing with, but now it's the time has come. The time has come to deal with it. So in the deep past, we have unhappy woman here. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, unhappiness, coldness, lack of affection. This is long-term energy, so this saying long-term, that's a relative term. Long-term, it could be for the last 2 years, it could be for the last 20 years, it could be her whole life. But we have this woman here who's not happy, who's not. She's out of her element here, in that she's not happy. Maybe there's a block in her creativity, a block in her intuition, but this is like a coldness, an unhappiness, a lack of affection. So this very much could indicate some sort of breakup in the works, or it's a feminine unhappiness. So is this related to Travis Kelce? Probably. I'm thinking probably. It could be related to her past decisions and in past relationships, or maybe she's reflecting and realizing she didn't make the right choices, or she didn't make the best choices, or she didn't have all the information she needed to really make the right choice. But this is unhappiness, coldness, a lack of affection, disappointment, sadness. It's also kind of like instability in emotions. But this is in her deep past here. So we have in the near future, we have another card of unhappiness. This is the Sun reversed. So this is a really strong unhappiness. This is like you're seeing something you don't like and you don't want it in your face. You don't want it in your face. You don't want it. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to look at it. This is a very strong, pointed, sharp unhappiness. And this is beyond disappointment, and this is following the Four of Wands reversed and the Judgment card and the Tower reversed. This is knowing right away you don't want this person or this thing in your face. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to give it any time. You don't want to give it any time. You don't want to give it any effort. You don't want to waste your time. So this is just something. I think this is based on her Wheel of Fortune card in the crowning position, which indicates she's aiming for what's positive. She's thinking long term. No, she doesn't want to argue about it. No, she doesn't want to compromise. No, she doesn't want to understand your point of view. This is no. This is a really strong no. This is a indicates there's no source of happiness here. I will not find happiness here. And she knows she will not find happiness here. And this is that the judgment card, right? Um, that tower reversed. Even the Queen of Cups reversed. No, this is. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear any story, any backstory, any rationalization for any of your behavior. I'm done with it. That's what this is. This is the time for negotiation is over. The disappointment here is off the charts. Is really what this is. This is get out of my face. Is what this is. So this is a really strong card. A very very unfortunate card for anyone on the other end of this. This is really just another way to communicate judgment and tower. I mean, this is a strong no, and it's a no where like I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to think about you. This is a no hope type card. Um, so in the position of her, this is her and her how she operates, her career, her life, how people view her, how she thinks of herself, how she's operating in the world. So this is Queen of Wands reversed. So this is a card of criticism, of jealousy, anger, um, kind of being out of your element or out of her element in the creative sphere, like meaning it's not going her way or something's not going her way. She's not happy. Her energy is kind of turned inward instead of turned outward. So her energy is going into judgment and criticism, jealousy, anger. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Um, so with Taylor Swift here, this is it's very interesting, right? Um, this is very interesting, and I think this is what's going on is that she's learned something about Travis Kelce. I mean, uh, it doesn't look good. But let's continue forward. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. So this is like um, enmity. This could be enemies working against you. This is this card indicates her environment, her house, who's around her, how she operates with them, how she behaves with them, how they react to her. So this is enemy. This is like enemy, or this is somebody whose will is not aligned with yours, and so this is a conflict. Um, this is they're operating against you. They're working against you. Um, this is in her environment, so this is very interesting. I don't know. I mean, we know she has a stalker. We know he's still around somewhere, right? Um, or otherwise this could be, an argument with Travis Kelce. She's. I mean, this doesn't need to be Travis Kelce. This is just our general read. I didn't ask about Travis in this reading. This is just a reading for her. Intuitively, I mean, I would think it'd be Travis Kelce. That's what I would think because when I see the Four of Wands reversed, um, that indicates the home and an intimate relationship. Um, Obviously, you could argue that that's I could refer to the stalker as well, but I'm not seeing it currently. I think this is in any case, whoever this is, I think it's Travis Kelce. But whoever it is, um, she's either out of her creative state right now. She's like out of her creative state because obviously we see that the Queen of Wands reversed as well. Um, but this is someone working against you as well. So this is and this is like enmity or something along those lines. Um, yeah, this very much could reflect on her own creativity. Maybe she maybe may may have creative blocks, or um, she may just be in a position here where it's not even She's not even going to try to be creative right now. She's not going to try to be productive at this point, at this at some sort of temporary, some sort of temporary block or something. But I see anger, jealousy, and enmity, and I see this is two people in a house. This is enmity. This is not, lack of alignment. This is her being critical, her being judgmental, her being uh, unhappy, her being jealous, her being vindictive, her being angry. We have the judgment card. We have the sun reversed. We have the tower reversed. We have the queen of cups reversed. This is unhappiness, and this is unhappiness and disharmony on a very unsubtle scale. This is a very significant macro, or I want to say like unsubtle. Like this is very real. It's apparent. It's plain to see that there is a problem. That there is something's not going well. She is unhappy with somebody, and my guess is it's somebody within the home, somebody that she's intimate with, somebody that she's close to, very close to. Um, so in the hope spheres and opportunities, we have um, the Queen of Pentacles upright. So this is her ability to be resourceful. This is resourcefulness. This is the ability to make money, the ability to find money. That you're good with money. You know where to put money. You know how to work with money. You know how to invest in it. You know who to talk to. You have the tools. You have the tools, and you have people around you that are helping you be creative about how to make money, how to save money, how to protect your money. Um, that's kind of what I see here. So the interesting thing is we have three queens in this read so far. Three queens. This is the only one that's upright. So the Queen of Cups would be lack of affection, coldness, unhappiness, or instability, unstable emotions. You have the Queen of Wands reversed, which was anger, criticism, jealousy, things of that nature. And then you have this queen. This is the only queen that's upright, and this is the Queen of Money and Resources. So she's, despite it all, despite the very real unhappiness and very real unpleasant news of a calamitous nature, I should say. Despite that, which this is going on in her personal life, it seems. Despite this upheaval in her personal life, she's still keeping her head on her shoulders. She's still being smart, and this is very close to the Wheel of Fortune card, which is also upright. So she knows. You know what I'm saying? She knows. She's been through it before. This isn't her first rodeo. She's not going to let this destroy her life or destroy even a week of her life. She's going to keep on trucking. She's going to keep focusing and looking forward. She's using the skills that she's developed throughout her life. She's using those skills. That's very much a skill. It's like to be able to know better, to know what to think about and what not to think about. And she's using that skill, and there's no doubt she knows what she's doing. And with that Wheel of Fortune card in the crowning position, she knows to look forward, to look long term, to understand that no matter how dark it gets, it always gets better. Yeah. And she's thinking about, she's using this opportunity uh, where things are not going well in her personal life and in romantic life, and she's using it to think about work. So think about work instead of art, instead of romance, instead of love, instead of marriage and kids. I'll think about something else. I'll think about my business, and I'll try to keep my head on straight by focusing on my work. The maybe the money side of it. But this is hope spheres and opportunities. So and this is a great card to have. And obviously, we want to see a queen card upright for her. Um, so after seeing that Queen of Wands reversed, that would mean that she's very much affected by whatever calamity is happening in her personal life, and she's very much affected, and it's affecting her creativity and affecting her mood, and she's angry and she's pissed and she's jealous and she's critical and but that's just in one sphere of her life. In the other sphere, she's trying to focus, keeping her head up, kind of keeping her head up, and focusing on the things she can control, focusing on the long term, keeping a bright outlook, a positive outlook on the long term. That's what this is. This is resourcefulness, and so you can lose a lot, lose everything, and if you have this mentality, if you have this Queen of Pentacles mentality, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way. Um, okay, so now the last card is the Three of Cups reversed. So this is like a click, or this is the outcome card, and it's saying like she's outside looking in. This is like Three of Cups. What is this? So typically it's like a clique. It's like a group of people who are exclusive. They don't like you, or you're not approved to be in their club. You can't be in their club. Um, so I don't know what this means. So this could be it could be that she's shutting somebody out. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. It could be that would be this card. This would be like not responding to texts, or not returning voicemails, and um, this very much is like a lack of communication. It's like, but it's more like a refusal to communicate. It's kind of like drawing a line, and and really living by that and enforcing that, and saying, I'm not going to talk to this person, or I'm not going to talk to these people. Um, but this is a card of exclusion. Like, I'm going to exclude you. Um, you're not a part of this anymore. That's kind of what I'm getting here. But this is a card of, typically it's a card of flirtation and romance and fun and parties and being cute and lighthearted, and so it's so on its face, when it's reversed like this, it's kind of saying, it's really kind of saying very plainly, I'm not having fun right now. I don't feel lighthearted. I don't feel playful. I don't feel flirty. Um, so in a way, because this is kind of like a party card that's reversed, so it's kind of like, this is not a party. This is not fun. It's kind of like war mode. But this is a card of communication. In this case, it'd be no communication, uh, or no communication with you or whoever this is pointed at. So this is a card of exclusion. So she and her friends or her loved ones could be excluding somebody, and saying, we're good. We don't need you to talk. We don't want to hear what you have to say. This is very much closing communication. Um, so this is very interesting, and this is very, very significant. Um, we have this Tower card reversed. So she saw it, but it's something that had to be dealt with. It's a heavy scenario that had to be dealt with, and that was delayed. And maybe she didn't want to believe it. She didn't want to face it. It's kind of like an ugly truth, and you need to like deal with it. It's kind of like, if you haven't mowed your lawn in in like 4 months, and it's kind of, it can be like that. Look, something, and now you have to do it, and you could ignore it, but it's just going to get worse. and um, but this is, like, or like a leaky faucet, and it's just not going to heal itself, or a leaky roof or something. It's like, it's not going to go away. I have to deal with it. And so, um, but it's a big change. This is big. There's a reason why you see it, but you're not acting on it, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's going to take a lot of work, whatever it is. Whether in this case, I think it's emotional work, work in communicating with somebody, work in breaking a relationship or ending a relationship that was supposed to be a long term thing, a very serious thing. So this is, it's not, I think it's not to be ignored that this card is, it's a tower, right? It's a tower that is crumbling. So towers are very expensive. They take a long time to make. They're very durable. They're usually built to last a long time. So when a tower collapses, it's really referring to something significant and important and very meaningful and not something light. I mean, it can be depending on the read. Right? This could be right. It could be you have to remodel your kitchen or something, or you have to redo your bathroom, or it's some. In any case, it kind of involves deconstruction. It involves something being torn up, something being torn up, basically broken down. So, and we have this judgment card here. This is judgment upright. So this is not like, she's thinking, it's not like interior judgment or I don't feel good about myself, or it's not that. It's outer judgment. So this is, this is judgment. So this is in a very real, literal sense. I see. This is so. This is a sudden realization. I just feel like when I see these cards, he did something bad. So, and she's kind of maybe she had a hunch about it. She had evidence, or she had an intuitive idea of what was going on. But then she learned, she learned it very quite literally. There's no doubt. Now the doubt has been removed. There's and she's found evidence. It was just suspicion, and now there's evidence, and that he did something wrong. That he did something wrong. He's not being honest with her. He probably has somebody else. It could be. I could just keep reading it. I could just. But she's very unhappy about something. It seems like she's been dealing with some sort of unhappiness for a long time. Maybe there's some sort of lack of affection towards her. There's some sort of coldness here. Obviously, that could be a reaction to finding out your boyfriend's cheating on you, or you're being betrayed, or you've been lied to. Having that coldness and unhappiness, but I do see like a lack of affection here, a lack of tenderness towards her. Um, Obviously, the tower reverse is really quite telling, and it just says, along with the Four of Wands reverse, that this is a big deal. This is a big deal, and it's really quite a very calamitous scenario for her. But because she's older and wiser and she's smart, she's gonna get through it. Um, for somebody lesser, for somebody weaker or younger, this would be quite devastating. It'd be very, very, more devastating than it already is. This is already devastation, but it's like, but she's got her head on straight. She's good. She's good, and this is a judgment. She's very unhappy. She's very unhappy, um, and it's a very strong reaction. This is a very strong realization, and something occurred, something was learned, and it shifted her mindset. Um, that's what I'm getting here. This is, just typically when the judgment card occurs, it's generally a very strong rejection, but it could also just be a very strong realization that leads to you making a decision one way or the other. It's a very strong realization, very strong, very powerful. So, so this is very interesting. So I think it looks like she's breaking up. This looks like, and I see this Two of Wands. I think Travis Kelce's got somebody. That's what I think this is. Um, I think Travis Kelce's got somebody. there's somebody else here. Um, and I see this exclusion at the end. So she's, I think, um, because it's right next to the Wheel of Fortune here. So I think this Three of Cups reversed is very much in her favor. I mean, in that she's the one excluding somebody. She's not being excluded, in that sense. Um, but that, I mean, the Sun reversed. I mean, holy cow! Like, and that, it goes Tower reversed, Judgment to the Sun reversed. So this is an incredibly powerful time. This is a very significant realization for her, and it's very not good. This is not one that brings happiness. This is not one that brings delight or this is this is but I'm really surprised because I didn't know what I get with this reading, and now that I see it, it's quite telling, and so I'm really glad I felt called to do this reading today because something big is going on with her. Something big is happening. Um, Something very, very big is happening with her. It's emotional. It's intimate. It has to do with probably Travis Kelce, or I'm thinking it probably has to do with him. Um, um, that Four of Wands reversed. I mean, that's very telling. It's crossed with such significant cards. Um, it looks like they're breaking up. That's what I mean. That's what I see here. I see they're breaking up. That's what I see. I can do further reads in the future. I'm going to leave it here for now, though. Okay, guys. So thank you guys very much for watching. And again, this is three of cups. Really, this is the end right here. This is like cutting off communication. I'm being serious now. So that this conclusion card does it does leave me some uncertainty here because um, it does make me want to read more, is what I'm saying. Because um, there's something about it that's tantalizing me. There's something about it, but what I said, I still hold to that. Like in that, there's some end of communication, a very seriousness over a lightheartedness, is a seriousness taking over, a serious tone. Um, Very much in alignment with the Judgment card. Like we're not talking. And so, but I can do further reads in the future. I can maybe do another one very soon, depending on how you guys like this one. But there's something significant going on here. This is very, very significant, and it appears as though they're breaking up. That's what I see here. If I had, in my estimation, I mean, it may be a little premature because I'd have to do a reading on Travis Kelce. I'd like to do a reading about them specifically because this was just a general reading on Taylor Swift. But this is very significant to see the Tower reversed, Judgment, and the Sun reversed. It's incredibly significant. Something is big is happening, and it's something she doesn't like. It's very displeasing, very upsetting. Um, these are all very on a certain level. These are all indicate very negative emotions. This is a very negative act right here. This is excluding somebody or not refusing to communicate with somebody. Drawing some sort of line, saying, I'm not playing anymore. And we have these three Queen cards. Like this is very significant. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. But they're breaking up. This was, in my opinion, they're breaking up. Yes, I said it's maybe a little premature because I should be doing at least two more readings on this. And that this was specifically a general reading for Taylor Swift. But I think they're breaking up. I think this is what is happening. They're breaking up. Um, anyway, all right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will be making another video shortly on this, I think. But thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye bye.